Hey everybody, it's MommaOG. I'm back with another reaction. Tonight I have another donation request from Dave. Dave, as always, thank you so much. I appreciate you. He's asked me to listen to, yes, Perpetual Change. He specifically asked I listen to it from the Yes album, but said it was okay to do a remaster. So I've decided to go with the 2023 remaster. I think I've seen this suggested with some of my other Yes reactions. The song title sounds a little bit familiar, but I don't think I've heard it. But although there's a little bit of a chance, but we'll see. I've got my earbuds in. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
I see the cold mist in the night and watch the hills roll out of sight. I watch in every single way, inside out, outside in, every day. The sun can warm the coldest dawn.
This is kind of jazzy.
And move the movement on the lawn. I learn in every single day, inside out, outside in, everywhere.
Okay, I was going to start taking notes, but let me just pause it real quick. What I'm getting so far is this feels in certain parts a little jazzy, like I felt myself want to snap my fingers a little bit. I'm hearing the panning and the distribution from side to side is pretty incredible from the very beginning of when this started. I heard that fuzzy, yummy bass in my left ear. That was like the first thing I noticed over here, which is synonymous with this band, that fuzzy, warm bass sound. The other thing I'm noticing just before I paused it is that I've got guitar over here, piano in here, but they're playing together. I'm hearing all kinds of layering of different instruments. I'm sure it's not like quite layering, but I don't know. The piano, when I first heard it, sounded like it was in the background. It wasn't as obvious as some of the other instruments. I'm just noticing dude had a cast on his foot. And also I looked, and this is from 1971. So that a year before I was born. It's kind of funny. I had a thought in there as well that back in the 80s, I guess, is probably when I first heard Yes, and it was probably Owner of Lonely Heart. They played it on the radio all the time. And I never would have thought about this back then, but looking back at myself in that time frame, like I never would have imagined that this band was so genius level, and so like I never would have guessed back then that they had this level of like musicianship and complexity. I don't know. That was just something that kind of flashed across my mind when I was listening. Let's rewind it and keep going. Yummy bass. Guitar.
And one peculiar point I see as one of many ones of me. As truth is gathered, I rearrange inside out, outside in, inside out, outside in, perpetual change.
Wow.
You'll see perpetual change.
Very jazzy here. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I've got to hear that part again. That was mwah. My God. What? What? Is my ear getting plugged up or is that for... Okay, that was unexpected. Let me just hear that again. No, it's not clogged up. That sound's traveling. So we're gonna come back. Okay. I don't know if... Was that supposed to be that way? It's like I'm only hearing, and like music, it travels over to my left ear and I can't hear anything. It almost feels like this ear's clogged or something. And then all of a sudden something jumps in. Okay, so it's right there. It switches just here. And then it's like somebody forgot to press the button. I'm so sorry to keep pausing it. You've got, I think, two different, I am not an expert in like time signatures and technical music stuff, but I feel like there's two time signatures going on this side and this side. They're either two, definitely a different beat going on over here. It's much faster, but then this one's kind of along the same lines. So maybe it's close. I don't know. Somebody let me know. Are there two different time signatures going on with these two different instruments? And it just works really well that way. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Change up here. Man. So it always feels like a journey whenever I listen to a song by Yes that I haven't heard. You know, there's certain songs I do know that are definitely journeys, but I'm very familiar with them. But even still, even when I listen to Roundabout, which was played a lot on the radio, sometimes I hear things that I didn't notice before. So when I talk about a lot in my videos how like it's impossible to catch the grasp of a song the first time, just listening to it one time, kind of pausing it a couple of times, going back a little, but I especially mean that for bands like Yes, because there was a lot going on there. Not only the tempo changes and different, what I thought were different time signatures here and there, the dynamics in that song in particular almost made my head hurt. Just you'd hear the bass in one form with one sound, and then you'd hear it again later, like I was hearing bass over here, then I would hear it in a different tone, both ears. There was different guitars. There was one over here playing with the piano, and then there was completely different sounding guitar in the middle where I stopped it, rewound it, and replayed it again. The word butter is coming to mind for that section. I don't know why. It was nice and just buttery. Probably my favorite part of the song, just having listened to it one time. But the instruments were just layers of different instruments, but then the same instruments with different effects or sounds or tones, where the production just changed, where you hear those things. And speaking of production, the production of that song was incredible because of that. Sometimes I don't know if it was a chorus or what it was, but there was a certain section that every time it came in, you'd hear his voice in the left, but then eventually you'd end up hearing it in both ears. So those production dynamics in this song kind of making my head spin a little bit. It was exactly what I would expect from a Yes song. Just funny, like I mentioned, that I would never have guessed back when I first heard this band that they would have been at this level. Like, they're one of the bands I didn't explore. Like, I had a lot of bands where my sister and I would have albums and we'd listen to them front to back, back to front multiple times, but this band just didn't end up in our household for some reason. So that's a shame, but I guess better late than never. I heard a little bit of the lyrics here and there, but with everything going on with the music, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to them. I kept hearing inside and out, outside and in, perpetual change. I'm probably going to listen to it a few more times before I go look up lyrics, because I don't know. I kind of want to let that music soak in first, so then I can pay attention to the lyrics. And sometimes it takes me a few listens to be able to do that. So, Dave, thank you so much. That was incredible. I've got my head hurting already. Nonetheless, it was fantastic. Thank you all so much for being here to watch. I will see you next time. What are you doing, Mo Bird? Aww. I love you. Pretty Mo Bird.